And welcome, guys. We are back for another episode of Bros and Pros. This week we are actually on time.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Justin Woolwine, my co-host there, Wolfman. How we doing, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. It's been a very exciting, eventful week for us here at the podcast. Bros and Pros has been normal, but it's playoffs week for the NFL. We're climbing through the playoffs, and then college football national championships tomorrow. But on the ILW Pod side of things, we as a sponsor for Warrior Wrestling had these badass shirts made.
Dude,
Check
that's
that out.
tough.
That's fire. That's fire. We did some work with TNA this week. Got some media, some breaking news. The hometown memory side that was posted live on the podcast this week. So it's been a big week. Excuse me, tongue tied. Been a very big week. How's Isaac doing?
Wonderful. Got off school tomorrow, Martin Luther King Day, and yeah,
What's up, Daniel? Nice seeing you here, man.
nice seeing
Tommy
Daniel and
T's in
Tommy
the
T was
chat.
in the chat.
They're in the chat. Um, before we dive in, man, what have you thought just overall about, we got three playoff games completely in the bag. The finals, I think we got an early estimate right now who I'm looking at is in the finals. I don't know what you're thinking, but give me your general rundown before we break down each game, and things like that.
I think we had a really good game, and the Bills and the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? Really great game, and then we also had a blowout. You know what I'm saying? Complete blowout, complete decimation of a team. The Texans Patriots game, that was a pretty decent game. I'm not gonna lie. I liked it. It was competitive at times, even though the score is like 12 points over a touchdown. In the fourth quarter, it was still a one-score game. You know what I'm saying? Pretty close. And
Yes,
the Bears
yes,
Rams
Tommy, we did
looking
see
to
the
be a
Patriots
great
win.
game the whole game.
Um, like I'm just looking at it, it's kind of crazy. Just like you mentioned, we had a blowout. We had the Broncos was kind of, I don't want to call it an upset, but it was just because obviously the Broncos are the number one seed
Yeah.
for, so like it wasn't necessarily a like came out of nowhere shocker kind of thing, but the aftermath I think was the craziest part of that game,
Yes.
especially going into overtime and then finding out that
Both teams lost.
both both teams realistically lost.
Yeah,
It's
both
crazy.
teams lost, man.
And then I mean, if you look at the
I
games
saw
from,
comments, and
go ahead.
it was during the game, Broncos fans drinking, celebrating, you know what I'm saying? Or like right after, and then 20 minutes after, Broncos fans drinking their sorrows away with Bills fans.
But like I think yesterday was so crazy because like we had two very different games, and then today it really feels like both games have been so competitive,
Yeah,
and
both
like
games have been very competitive.
for the Texans and Patriots, I feel like it was a matter of who can make less mistakes. And
Yeah,
then right now, just paying attention to the Rams and Bears, it's just so both teams are so tightly matched. It's kind of like I think like last time I checked, there was still 10-10 fourth
it's
quarter.
still 10-10. I was just
So
now
like
looking.
they're just neck and neck. So like it's just crazy how the field is really starting to shape out and how each one of these games has its own energy to it. What do you think?
Yeah, the Seahawks might be underrated in going to the Super Bowl right now. A lot of people I don't think had them because they want
No.
to count out Sam Darnold in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They offensively weren't looking the greatest. I'd say like in their pass game, they had like the least thrown passes in the league. You see what I'm saying? So there
Mhm.
were some holes, but after that win, it's like, ooh, that
Well,
that's gonna
do
be
you,
a hard to keep
you
up
want to
the
dive right
lead.
into it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go right in.
we'll start right into it. We'll start yesterday, 49ers, Seahawks. I was talking to you about this earlier. I was actually at Chili's last night watching this with a couple of friends. And the game starts right off the rip. 95-yard return by
Insane.
Shaheed is actually insane. There was a flag, so it was funny because everybody at the table for me was like, oh, no, it's not going to count. It's not going to count. And little it's against the 49ers.
Yeah.
So it stands. What'd you think about? Let's just focus on that play alone. You start the game off like that. What, like, going into that, if you're on the 49ers team, what are you thinking?
That's a big hit in the mouth, and I've played in games where it's like that, where it's like, wow, first play hit in the mouth. On
Mhm.
both sides, like I've returned a kickoff before first play of the game, and I've also seen another team like either first play of the game or the first kickoff get return. So it's like you really got to respond. You see what I'm saying? Coming out the gate, and I feel like the 49ers, like at least their defense and stuff, like was like, wow, it is over. You know what I'm saying? It felt like they was beat in the first, what was it, 14 or 17 seconds of the game, something crazy.
Yeah. Well, and then, I
Yeah,
mean, if you just look at the first quarter in a whole, I think it really set the tone for this game
yeah, it was like
because
17-0.
17-0. One of those was through a turnover, a fumble, a forced fumble like Seahawks got the 49ers. And then yeah, 17-0 to start the quarter.
Yeah,
And you
Brock
got to
Purdy
think
throws
too,
a pick later in the game. He just didn't look like what they're
Brock
paying him
wasn't
for.
there. I don't know where, like, and like I was looking at some stats about Brock. I wish I would wrote them down, but like this season for him has been incredible. Like it's probably been one of his best seasons statistically that he's
And
had.
he was hurt for most of it. You know what I'm
Which is
saying? Or for a
yes,
decent bit.
and that's what I read, like, when I was reading about it, that's what it said, like, Brock was hurt for a good portion of this, but still, even with that, able to fight through that, make it to the playoffs despite key elements of his team being injured, like,
And the best division, like three of the teams, Seahawks, 49ers, and the Rams are all in the same division. So competing in that division and still being able to make the playoffs, and like up until that last game against the Seahawks, they were competing for that first seed. You see what I'm saying?
and
So
I
they
feel
definitely had a lot.
like for one, the 49ers, I don't think you ever hear, especially probably, let's just say the last decade, hear about them doing. Like they're always in contender. They're always
Yeah, they're
somebody that's
consistently, trying to.
they're consistently one of the best teams in the NFL. So to see them do so bad in a playoff game was kind of insane. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's
what I was
fair.
thinking. It's just like, I mean, I was going down the stats after watching it because I like obviously I was watching the game last night, but I really wasn't paying too much attention because you're with a bunch of people. But like I'm pretty sure the only points that the 49ers got was off two field goals.
Yeah, two field goals.
Two field goals, and then after that, the Seahawks pound them down with four additional touchdowns.
Yeah, like three rushing touchdowns out of Kenneth Walker. You see what I'm saying? That running back had a
Walker
hell of
kicked
a
ass.
game. He also had 30 yards receiving. So he had a
Mhm.
hell of a game.
What's cool about him is he was somebody like I'm fairly new to learning about these guys
Yeah.
in the NFL, but he was somebody that really stood out to me, especially from that running back position. Because I feel like, for one, I feel like it's a very underrated position. I feel like you hear a lot about receivers, but and you know how they'll change a game.
Yeah.
But in this, I think it was their run game that really
Yeah, their run game
solidified
was
the win.
incredible. The 49ers had no stopping to their run game. They couldn't do
No, they
shit.
just couldn't. I don't think in this instance where how hot how hot the Hawks started the game, I don't think there was any stopping them.
Like
I
when you
really
got
don't.
your third and fourth string running backs in here doing some damage, you see what I'm saying? Getting 5, 6 carries. It's crazy.
It's insane. Um I think both of us picked the 49ers too when we did our predictions, if I'm correct.
Probably. I'm not gonna lie. I probably had my
So
money on them. And then even with that Kittle injury, I probably should have took that into account more because it
yeah.
kind of seemed like they couldn't really run the ball at all. Like Christian McCaffrey was getting stopped, and then when they tried to throw it was like, who are you trying to throw this to? You see what I'm saying? Like you don't really have no guys to get the ball to when Christian McCaffrey's getting stopped how he is, and Kittle's injured, and Jawan Jennings wasn't playing that great. It just wasn't a great outing at all for them.
I think for us last week, the biggest thing we was talking about was just the 49ers resiliency. And I don't
Yeah,
even think in this game, like the Seahawks never let up enough
yeah,
to
they
give
didn't give
them the
them a
chance
chance.
to come back. Like, and
Mhm.
usually you'll see teams, come out 17-0 in the first quarter and then they'll relax. The Seahawks was like, no, we're coming in for the kill. We're taking you down. And then like after metaphorically after the 49ers are dead, the Seahawks was like, "No, we're just gonna keep shooting you." Like, and they
Uh,
and they did.
Shout out Ernest Jones, Seahawks defender. He had a forced
Mhm.
fumble and a pick. You know what I'm saying? Hell of a game from him. Got to give him a shout out. Just wanted to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He's a
Okay.
linebacker for the Seahawks.
I just want to highlight here. We got a young fan in attendance. Daniel here. He restarted his channel from what I'm understanding here. He got some
Ooh.
guidance from the Holy Spirit, and now he's got Bible with Daniel. So everybody go subscribe to Young Daniel's channel here. Support him and what he's
You
working
got to
on.
really feel the Holy Spirit.
Exactly.
I feel you, Dan.
Had to touch on that. You ready to dive into Broncos and Bills?
Yes, sir.
I feel like this is what you've been waiting for.
Hell of a game.
Hell of a game. Um, Broncos, Bills. I think we both went with the Bills last week. Once again, we
Dude,
went with Josh Allen.
I just think it's crazy Josh Allen. He just didn't play as well as Josh Allen normally does, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the story of these playoffs. If you
Just
the
fumbling the
people that
ball
we
away to lose the game, two picks. You see what
the
I'm
picks is
saying?
what I think. The pick. Don't get me wrong. The fumbles. Allen with 2 interceptions.
And Josh
Uh,
Cook fumbled the ball too. You know what I'm saying? Their running back.
yeah.
He's been amazing all year. He fumbled the game away too.
So, like looking at it from the offensive standpoint, Josh Allen was sacked 3 times, threw 2 interceptions, and then as a team they had 5 fumbles. So
Yeah, that's
that's,
crazy.
I mean, just going off fumbles, that's what 10 mistakes you've made in a
10
game.
turnovers. Yeah, like
10 turnovers, 10 mistakes, and they're 10 crucial mistakes. And without those, for one, I don't think the game would have been nearly as close. I mean,
yeah.
because obviously neck and neck all the way up to overtime.
But
Overtime,
the Broncos defense has been so amazing all year where it's like they've been able to pull the, you know what I'm saying? Where you got to also credit their defense. It's not just the Bills
just the
making mistakes.
mistakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as the Broncos forcing them. You see what I'm saying?
So, okay, question. So, like when we're looking at a quarterback like Josh Allen, everybody, like I think when we was doing our picks last week, a lot of it was just putting it on the abilities of Allen.
Yeah,
But when we're looking
he's
at this
such a
team,
great playoff performance.
when we're looking at the team, do you think we should have looked at it from the perspective of it's more than just one man? And what is that defense going to do to that one man if the rest of the team's not ready?
Yeah, I just think you definitely can, but Josh Allen just didn't show up like he normally does, you know? And he even was crying in the post game interview saying it's my fault. You see what I'm saying? Like obviously they need some better receivers, and everybody wants to say that. But
Okay.
I just feel like that's an excuse at this point, you know? Like I
Definitely.
really do.
Yeah, I think the craziest thing is we found out later that the Broncos QB is injured,
Yeah,
but
that's
he
horrible.
still finished
Broken
the
ankle.
game with a broken ankle. So for one, credit to the man for finishing the game with a broke ankle.
And to the point where nobody knows. You see what
Nobody
I'm
knew
saying?
he
First,
wasn't
nobody knows.
limping. He wasn't. You could not attack.
Post game interview goes and talks to the media. Still nobody knows. Like, bro, I don't know
Do
how tough.
do you think he was trying to just get away with it?
Maybe I don't know. I just feel like they wanted the fans to enjoy the playoff win for a minute,
Okay, that
and
makes sense.
let the media not run with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then after they just break it on social media, it's like he's not playing next week. Sorry, you know.
So like more of a like let's get the fans excited for the fact that we won this game and we have the potential to win this Super Bowl, and then we'll let them down later. We'll
Yeah,
let
we'll
them
let
have
him
peace
down
do it.
20
Okay.
minutes from now.
We'll let everybody go to sleep, hopefully, and then wake up tomorrow to this BS news.
Yeah, basically.
um. So I mean, moving forward, obviously, Josh Allen and the Bills are out. They're out of the playoffs. Broncos are moving up. Do
But with
we
their
see the
backup
Broncos
quarterback,
heading any? Do we see them
nah,
heading
nah.
forward?
I feel like that was a game that eliminated both teams, sadly, and
Okay.
especially with the Patriots moving on.
Yeah.
Oh, the Rams scored. No, but it's okay. Their Bears are better when they're losing in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying?
They do their comeback. I don't want to say comeback kings, but they have been this year. I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on. They've just been
Caleb
really good
Williams
at
has
coming
thrown
in
2
clutch.
picks already, though.
Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. It seems like this weekend, just everybody's had an off, except for the Seahawks. The Seahawks are the only ones that have been 100% locked in, and I just don't know whatever they're drinking in Seattle. We need some of it.
Yeah, that might be some Super Bowl. they might they might really show out there.
But just to touch on the Broncos a little bit more before we carry on to the Texans and Patriots. I mean, I know Nix is out, but with the rest of the team, the defense as strong as they are, things like that. Do you think there's any chance with these other teams performing so poorly? Do you think there's any chance that they could still move on?
I've seen the biggest of Broncos fans just fully accept their fate and give up
Okay.
hope. You know what I mean? But there's always a chance in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? There's always a chance.
I
But I
mean,
feel
as
like Drake May
Chicagoans,
can't possibly.
we didn't ever think Chicago would make it this far. So
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
there's always a chance, but I just don't think it's going to happen. And then if they get to the Super Bowl against the Seahawks or one of these other teams, that's not
Mhm.
going to be pretty either. You know what I'm saying? Because the Seahawks defense is on par. And even the Patriots defense looked insane. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I just don't think the Broncos got really much of a chance.
Okay. So you said we're counting out the Broncos.
I'm counting them out. Yeah.
Okay. Up next, we got a little bit of Texans, Patriots action. This was a very tight game as well.
Yeah.
Uh, for one, some notable just like little sub things I wrote down when I was going through and it really like examining this game is it seems like the defense for the Texans was a little bit too tough for Drake May to handle. But at the same time, it seemed like for me, the Patriots offense was just too much for the Texans defense. So like the offense as a whole was too much for their defense. Does that make sense? So like
Yeah,
the
like
pressure was all on Drake May, which I
yeah,
think
like
was
they
the
were getting their
downfall of
run
this
game
game.
going. I see what you're saying.
Okay. I'd said it in the most like dumb fashion possible, but like I think that was the main focus. Like from watching this game, the Texans defense, I think it was solely on let's take out their cute quarterback and wasn't paying attention necessarily to the rest of the guys on the field,
Yeah,
which ultimately I feel like led to their downfall.
that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
What would you think?
But at the same time, it's like the Texans defense, they did everything they could. Like they do every game. You see what I'm saying? Like I feel like they really couldn't have done much more. Like, especially like when one of those touchdowns is like at the end of the game, chances are getting low. You see what I'm saying? Like the game was basically 13 or 16 to 21 at the end of the game before CJ Stroud. Oh, sorry. CJ Stroud just completely sold this game away. You can also put it on like their run game wasn't good. Like their linemen as a whole was being butt. You see what I'm saying? Their lineman wasn't letting the run game flourish. CJ Stroud didn't have a lot of time in the pocket. But when it comes down to the point where you're throwing 4 picks, you see what I'm saying? Where you have that many turnovers. And in the past 2 weeks, it's 7 interceptions in playoffs. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not a good look at all. And as someone who just 2 years ago was a rookie and was one of the best rookies ever, everybody was saying, and just since then it's been all downhill. So I really like CJ Stroud and hope he can get it together. But they've never made a conference championship game. The Texans haven't since entering the league. So that's kind of crazy. And just the fact that your quarterback's selling you this hard and a moment this big is it's not good to see.
Do you think it's because he's so young?
He still is very young. He still has time to grow. That's why, like his rookie season, he was playing like a vet. You see what I'm saying? And then it was just downhill from there. So it was kind of crazy to just not see that those flashes still out of him of a amazing or great all-time QB. You know?
Yeah, what I could see out of Stroud here is just growing pains. Like
Yeah.
getting more acclimated into the league, you get more acclimated with your team, and then you're getting yourself and your team into positions that they're murky waters, like you haven't been here before.
Yeah.
That pressure can be a lot. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe he just cracked under pressure, but you got to think next time he's in this situation, if he's able to get himself there, can he persevere? Can he get through it? And I think that'll be the true test. Like, was this just an off night? Did the Texans have an off night, or is their quarterback unable to carry them in tough situations? I think that's
He's
going to
just
be the
not
real
that guy.
test. Yeah. Which I mean, what's crazy is like you look at this game statistically speaking, each quarterback did complete ass. Like Stroud with 4 interceptions and 3 sacks, and then you go to the other side, and May had a much, I mean, statistically, I feel like worse game other than getting the touchdowns. He had 2 fumbles, 1 interception, and 5 sacks, which is
Well, I
crazy.
wouldn't say it's a lot worse game because like getting sacked isn't solely on him. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean it's on the O line and things like that.
And
So they're
Stroud
hard.
throwing 4 picks out there is diabolical.
Is
Like,
wild, which
yeah,
I
that's
think that was
diabolical.
the difference maker. Is
Yeah.
like even though that pressure was on May,
And they were all in the first half, like, or
yeah.
maybe 3 of them, maybe 3. But it was just insane that he just kind of gave it away to him. It felt like.
What do so I mean, if we're looking at this game, for the Patriots and for Drake May, what does it look like going forward for them? Do you think they have a comfortable position in the
To
playoffs,
make the Super
or
Bowl, I feel like they're gonna win. They're gonna win their division. You know what I mean? They're gonna win the divisional championship. But then whenever they go on to the Super Bowl, that's when the real test is. You see what I'm saying?
okay?
Because
I
the
see.
Broncos next week don't have their quarterback.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I think that's what we're gonna have to pay attention to. Is there's no the Broncos are down. Their most, I don't want to say their most important man, but
Yeah, basically your most important player is
your most
quarterback.
important player's not there.
If you look at the payrolls, they're getting paid a lot more than other players on the team.
So there's like, let me see. If we're looking at the Bears game, there's like 3 more minutes left in the fourth quarter. Right now they're 17-10. You want to
And
cover
the
that now?
Rams have the ball. This is just not great to see. Caleb Williams with 2 picks. Yeah, we could just talk about it as it is. Maybe they'll have a crazy comeback, but it's looking like the Rams got it because it's only 3 minutes left and they got the ball.
Okay.
This is just sad to see for Bears fans.
I just want to say, like, the crazy part about this for me is I was reading some statistics about the Rams and how they perform in, cold
Yeah, I
weather
know,
or
and they're
snow.
performing right now.
And like it's almost like a 1 in 10 chance of them doing anything in this kind of weather. And they got that one, it looks like.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about it too much because sad Bears fan here. I feel like this is a great year. Like as a Bears fan, like no matter how this game ends, I'm happy with this year. Caleb Williams has been ice cold in every fourth quarter. Like we've had an insane amount of comeback wins. So I'm just very proud of this team. You know what I'm saying? My quarterback, everybody on it. I feel like bear down. We'll get him next year.
I mean, just to be
Unless we
fair,
get an insane, pick six win.
they just need a
Hopefully.
pick. And right now, looking at it, Stafford hasn't thrown one interception this game yet. He's been sacked 4 times. He
Yeah,
also has no
hopefully.
touchdowns, though. He hasn't got any touchdowns.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
he's just been chilling. It looks like.
he's just been chilling, which, I mean, I want to throw out there that also, like, Stafford's hurt. Like we reported last week, I think something on his throwing hands hurt. It didn't really specify what the injury was. So, I mean, which is impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I feel bad for Bears fans because I feel like they all got their hopes up. Um, and a little side note, funny story. Me and Nate, Nasty Nate, we went to Warrior Wrestling. That's where we got these shirts. But they had Frank the Clown come out, who is Mick Foley's son-in-law. Okay, he's
That's
from
fire.
Chicago. He's from
That's
Chicago, and he had us all in the palm of his hands, thinking he was going to cheer the Bears on or whatever. But then he reveals he's a Los Angeles Rams fan, and
what?
I don't think I've seen more heat in a building ever. The things that me and Nate were screaming at Frank the Clown was kind of hilarious. We
That's
can't say
funny.
them on here. I'm not going to lie. We'd get taken down immediately. But it's just crazy seeing that he's right. And now, like next time we come face to face with Frank the Clown, I'm going to have to, tell him he was right. And I don't like to do that. But do the Rams go all the way?
The Rams, I don't know. Getting past the Seahawks next week is going to be a tough feat.
So, I mean, just let's talk about that. So, we got Seahawks versus potentially the Rams, and then we got the Broncos against the Patriots. We've pretty much already said the Patriots are a shoe-in for victory next week with the Broncos QB out. The 49ers got stomped by the Seahawks. So it just makes us we got to I guess lead to believe if the Seahawks come with the same mentality, the same killer instinct, do you think the Rams could suffer the same fate?
Yeah, it definitely could be. I don't think a blowout on that proportion, on that scale. But
Not 41-6.
No. It's fourth down, so they're about to punt to the Bears. Caleb Williams with the ball with 2 minutes. You see how I'm saying? This could be really good.
You want to jump into just talk a little bit about the college playoffs? I know national championship tomorrow. Let's see what we're thinking here. We've
been over it, but I think Heisman Mendoza is going to come out here and perform. I think it's going to be the closest game they've had so far. Miami's got some really big linemen and some really big D-line. You see what I'm saying? Their D-line's going to be on it, but the way they play the game, I think, is it's amazing. You see what I'm saying? They get everybody incorporated. It's an everybody system. So I think that minimizing mistakes is something they're good at. And I feel like Miami I don't think they're gonna be able to outscore Indiana, and Indiana's defense too has been incredible. So that's why I think the Hoosiers got it.
Do you think the hometown field gives Miami any?
Yeah, I think it definitely will give Miami a boost, and that's why I think it could even potentially be a close game. You see what I'm saying? Not even just the closest game they've had in the playoffs. It could be a close game. But especially with the coaching, that both these coaches have come from Coach Saban's coaching tree. But I think Kurt Cignetti is he's a beast, man. You see what I'm saying? And
I like the bond that Mendoza and Cignetti have. I feel like is just been something that's been how do I put this? A driving force for the Hoosiers this year.
And the whole team, 13 players followed him from JMU. You see what I'm saying? A lot of transfers transferred to the school just for him, and the guys that stuck around, he really believed in from the previous team. So it's just really great to see them performing. Miami, also, they've been counting out a lot. You see what I'm saying? So I'm really happy for them as well. And I just want to see a first-time Indiana national championship, first-time 16-0 season ever. So that'd be amazing.
Do you, I like the like one of the interesting things that I was just looking at is like the obviously Indiana is 15-0, so they number one seed this year, and then you look at the team of Miami, who barely got into the playoffs. They scraped in, they just made it,
Yeah,
but in the playoffs have whooped ass, and they've
yeah, they
come out
beat
against they
Ohio
beat all.
State. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Um, do they do it again?
I don't think so. I just don't think their offense is enough to keep up with it. Like they scored 10 against Texas A&M, 24 against Ohio State, and then I don't really remember the exact score against Ole Miss, but it was such a close game. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I feel like if you're having that close a game with Ole Miss, then I just don't know if Indiana's gonna
Okay.
like let up enough mistakes. Like Kurt Cignetti's a coach that won't let the players let up. You see what I'm saying? Let off the
Yeah.
gas, let off the throats.
So I mean, last before tomorrow, last votes. I think we both agree on Indiana.
Yep,
Yep.
I'm
Okay.
locked in.
You want to have some fun?
Yeah.
So you brought this to my attention. We have a big man in the NBA who decided that he was going to go spend some time in the mountains.
Over
Maybe
the summer, yeah.
center
Trained with monks.
himself. Train with some monks. We got Shylin Spurs with Shylin Wemby. Look at this young man here. He looks phenomenal.
Oh
Shylin
my.
Wemby is amazing.
Yep. And
Um,
Keldon Johnson, his teammate, also went with him. They both got balls. So and they've been insane. Like right now they're the second seed in the West behind the OKC, and they beat them a couple times. Like they look dominant. And I just saw this a little short, like YouTube short of Wemby, and he was
yeah.
like running down the court, literally hit like a fadeaway three, got a block, and then came back down and splashed another one, like pull up, dribble three, and that was like all in the same sequence of events. And then it was like later in the game, he was just like pump, 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 and then went around. I was like, oh my god, dude, the league is it's never been this cooked before. Like it's over for everybody if Wemby stays healthy. You know what I mean? And the Spurs stay on the same track. It's over.
Do you think Wemby could be one of those? I know they just signed him a couple years ago. Do you think he could be one of those signings that we end up talking about in the greatest of all time status? I mean,
Yes,
come
dude.
10, 15
He's
years from now?
everybody thinks he's a generational talent, like a generational player. Like he almost had the defensive player of the year. He had it in the bag, and it was like his stat. He got injured halfway through the season, so he couldn't win it because you have to have 62 games to be eligible. But
Okay.
his stats halfway through the season added up to the people's at the end of the year. It was insane to see. Just how great he is on both sides of the ball, like the effort he gives on defense, and it's not just because he's tall. Like he's athletic. He gets in the passing lanes. He's quick, and the effort he gives. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of star players don't want to give that max effort on defense. It feels like, and if they did, they could be great. But Wemby just cares. It feels like he really cares, and then he takes the game so serious. He's like respectful to it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the OKC and Spurs rivalry is something I really like, and I think it'll be great for years to come. That Chet Holmgren versus Victor Wembanyama. You know what I mean? So I'm really excited for that.
What do you think the Spurs need to take them to the next level?
I think they just gotta all stay healthy and just get older, more experience. You see what I'm saying? I
Okay.
think that's about it because they have so much. Stephon Castle is on there. You know what I mean? They just got another pick this year. Like it's insane the amount of talent they have. They just got to stay healthy. Dylan Harper is the name I was thinking. Yeah, Dylan Harper.
Okay.
Like they have an insane amount of talent. De'Aaron Fox is also on the team. You know what I'm saying? They just got to stay healthy and learn how to play with each other and get experience. Like your first time in the playoffs, it might not work out, but everybody's young and inexperienced. So you just got to keep going back and learn from it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Experience is, I think, all they need.
You want to do a little breakdown of the MVP standing before we jump into each conference for both East and West for the excuse me, NBA.
Yeah.
Gosh. You want to jump into the MVP standings? Shit.
Yeah.
I can't breathe, man. I'm trying to pay attention to this Bears game. It's real close.
Oh, I saw they were at the 50. Are they about to score?
Oh, they tied. They just tied
baby!
17-17. We got 18 seconds left. And somehow they got the ball back.
My glorious king. Oh, my goodness.
I'm pretty sure they got the ball back.
Bro, too. Chicago loves you. Oh, my God. Caleb Williams, the GOAT. It's going into OT, baby.
OT is going to be crazy.
Oh, my God.
That's wild, man. I wasn't expecting that at all. If you,
I wasn't either, dude. I counted them out, dude. I'll never count you out again, Caleb. Oh my God.
We're gonna have to go back and fix some stuff at this rate.
Did you see how it happened?
I did not see how it happened. If you want me to be very honest with you, but that was kind of crazy.
Oh, Caleb Williams threw a touchdown. I'm not for sure who to yet. Give me a second. Oh my goodness. DJ Moore, I think. Or it could have been their tight end, Komet. Their backup. Or not backup, but their second best tight end.
I see.
Insane. Bear down, baby. They're going to win in OT. I believe in them. Baby.
You think so?
Yep, they got it in the bag.
Look, let's jump Seahawks.
They're going to the Super Bowl. The Bears in the bowl, baby.
Let's jump into the Eastern Conference real quick before we get to see the end of this Bears-Rams game. I think we've talked about it before on here, but the Pistons being at the top of their conference is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and they're looking like the best team in the East. You see what I'm saying? Like consistently, night in, night out, they're playing good, and them to keep up this pace halfway through the season is really amazing to see. You know what I mean? Cade Cunningham, I think, should be in those MVP talks, like up there, because he's just leading this team amazing, and it feels like all those young pieces, like they're starting to develop. They're starting to see that rebuild out. Because a couple of years ago, it was like, we have a ton of young guys. They just need experience. They need to learn, and I feel like they're getting there. And the Celtics being the second.
I was gonna jump into that. What do you think of how good Jaylen Brown's done this year?
I think it's really a testament. Like a lot of people were saying he shouldn't have got that huge contract. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he showed he's worth it. You see, he can be that number one guy when Tatum's out and keep him not just in contention, but at the top of in contention of the first seed, not just getting in the playoffs. Like they're kicking ass. And they scored like 50 points in the second quarter on a team the other night. It was actually insane what they were. Yeah, it was like insane what they did. So just to see them keep it up, I think that's really great for Celtics fans who got really discouraged. They thought the season was over at the end of last season when Tatum got injured. So I think it's just really good for them. And then they traded everybody away because the cap problems. You know what I mean? The Kristaps, people had to go. So I just think it's really great for them.
Do you think when Jalen or Jason Tatum comes back with Jalen Brown doing so good now, stepping up, do you think they could be an unstoppable duo whenever they're both on the court when Tatum's healthy?
I don't know. It just depends. It depends. You want Tatum to come back and be even better than he was, or at least the same player that he was.
Yeah.
And then Jaylen Brown would have to be able to keep it up. You know what I mean? I don't know if you'd say unstoppable because you got teams like the Thunder, and then you got teams like the Spurs.
What's up, Pops?
But
I
you
mean,
got teams like the Spurs with Wemby and all the first, their Stephon Castle, Dylan Harvey, all these players. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't say unstoppable duo because there might be even better duos in the league if you look at it. But they
yeah,
would definitely like it'd be what you would want as a Celtics fan, paying
I
those
got you.
guys so much money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think like something that like just first thing that stuck out to me real like a lot looking at the Eastern Conference, especially as we're getting closer to the middle of the season, is some of these teams that are at the lower end of it, like seeing the Bucks at 11 or like
Yeah.
I know like Tyrese Halliburton's hurt, but like the Pacers all the way down to 15s, like
Yeah, I felt like they were just playing for a high pick this year, knowing Halliburton was out. You know, they just kind of gave up this season.
definitely.
Yeah.
But even like I feel like the Magic and Heat being down at the 7, 8 spots kind of just I don't know.
Well, I
Is it
definitely expected more out of the Magic, a bigger jump out of Paulo and stuff. Like I thought the
yeah.
Magic were gonna be better, especially where they did last year. And the Heat after trading Jimmy Butler and stuff, you know what I mean?
That's
I
a
kind
that's
of
a that kind of takes a dive if you want me to be
yeah,
honest.
exactly. So I think it's kind of good that they're at the 8th seed still.
Okay.
Like good, like they're doing good, but at the same time, as a Heat fan, I'm not for sure what their pick situation was looking like, but if they have those picks, I'd probably want a high talent. But you know what I'm saying? I think I'm not too surprised with the Heat being around the 8th seed though. That's kind of where they were even in the Jimmy Butler era. They would lurk around that seed and then still just play crazy in the playoffs. You know?
How do you think like I know we still got a lot of season left.
Yeah.
But how much do these standings change, do you think? Or are we about where it's going to look like? I know it'd take a lot for some of these lower teams to work their way back up, especially when you look, some of them are, I mean, 20 games behind others. Um, do you think they're going to look about the same, or you think we could get some dramatic shifts?
I think there'll definitely be some shakeups. You see what I'm saying? There's definitely going to be some shakeup in the East and the West, but like I don't think it'll be too drastic. Like teams like I don't know. Some teams may fall. The Suns, I don't know if we'll be able to keep up the 7 seed record. You know what I'm saying? Or injuries always happen.
Hmm.
Teams could climb, have a hot streak, 10-game win streak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Do
I
you
don't think it'll be very, very different. I think halfway mark through the season is where you really start to like get a grasp of what teams are good and what you know what I mean, what teams are actually
yeah.
good. Because first like 20 games, even I'll say 20 maybe, it it could fall off from there. You know, you could have a really amazing team. It,
Hmm.
like the Bulls for first 10 games probably had a crazy hot streak and then it's just been mid ever since. You know,
Yeah, it
normal
kind of
Bull
fell
stuff.
off a little
So
bit.
yeah, normal Bull stuff. So
Do you
yeah.
do you see a team like for instance the Wizards just got Trey Young, which I mean might have been it's a better player for him. Do they start getting some wins now that they got somebody like Trey Young on the team, or are they going to stay down there?
I feel like they might get a couple wins, but I feel like they're building for next season. Is my
Okay,
for that
and
specifically.
then something like I've been paying attention to. I know they lost their last game, but the Hornets were doing pretty good there for a minute.
Yeah,
Um, do you? That's the team I think that we might want to keep our eye on,
has
if that
potential
makes
to
sense.
climb. That's
It
a good
has
one.
some potential. Like I've seen, there's certain members of that team that
One connect, Brandon Miller, Lamelo, obviously, if he
LaMelo,
just
yes.
played smarter.
Yeah, well, that's what I think. I think with somebody like LaMelo, it's I mean, we talked earlier about Wemby and the inexperience and like the inexperience of like the Spurs, but like somebody like LaMelo with that experience, and I feel like with the right people in his ear and the right coaching and things like
Yeah,
that, he could be a star. He really could. I mean, and people already are talking about him in that
yeah.
same
They
like
always have. Yeah,
aspect. And like I think all the ball boys have that chance, but LaMelo, if you want me to be honest, sticks out like a sore
yeah.
thumb
He's
when it comes
always
to
Yeah, he's been the best since all those injuries from Alonzo.
Yeah. I mean, let's jump over at the West. OKC is whooping ass, to be
Yeah, but
honest.
the Spurs are catching up, dude. The Spurs been
Yep.
on a heater. The Nuggets still in there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of teams I think are good teams. The Lakers have been falling off.
That was my next question. Like
Lakers have been falling off.
uh
Yeah.
with LeBron getting towards the twilight of his career, and I mean, I know he's not been playing as much,
Yeah.
especially this season as he has other seasons. Do you think that's something now the Lakers are going to have to take somebody like Luca, and they're going to have to try to build around him?
Yeah, like definitely that, and it's just it looks like the Luka Doncic show a lot for them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And Luka Doncic and friends. You know what I mean? And the defense
Doncic and
isn't
friends is
really amazing.
crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of like what it looks like. And LeBron's getting older, but he's still producing. He's still playing great, but he's definitely retiring soon. You know, but like the Clippers have been 8-2. They've been on a heater after starting the season atrocious. They've been on a heater. They've been really trying to put some wins together. They might be like in playoff contention. Like in the West is definitely where you could see some things switch up more than the East. You know,
Yes.
because it's a tighter conference. I think a lot better teams could definitely have some changes.
I was looking at just some of the trying to familiarize myself with these new rosters because I haven't watched the NBA in a while, but one team I think that we need to pay attention to is the Rockets. I think the Rockets have a chance to
Yeah.
come out of nowhere.
Well,
Fred
I mean, they got
Van Vliet
Kevin
and
Durant, a
KD.
great young team, Alfred Sengun.
Yep. Fred is somebody I think is really cool because he's from Rockford. Like he went to
Yeah, I love
Auburn
Fred.
here.
I love
Fred's he's a badass. And then like I think I didn't realize KD was on there, and I was watching highlights of KD just talk shit to people, and it was kind of funny. Him and Shea were having some little back and forwards in their recent game. Um, but Shea's still kicking ass over on OKC. Uh, do you think he'll end up maybe getting that MVP award this year?
He could definitely repeat his MVP if they
Okay.
stay as dominant as they are, and Jokic doesn't have any insane 50, 20, and 20 games. You know what I mean? If Jokic doesn't try to break all the records again. But it's just a lot of people don't like the Shea's the MVP. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't because it's foul baiting. They think the antics are a little too much. But I like Shea. I think he's a great player. And if the refs are calling it, you might as well keep using it to your advantage, you know?
Definitely. I mean, if we're looking at the Western Conference, are there any of these teams that you think could really change where their standings are come the end of the season?
Yeah, that like I was saying, the Clippers, I think could definitely keep climbing. James Harden, you know what I'm saying? The Clippers could keep climbing. I think the Rockets could. I think they'll probably stay around where they are. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit higher.
I think the Rockets got a comfortable position though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Middle of the playoffs. You know, try to maybe get the home game.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's about it. But some things could definitely shake up. You know what I mean?
What do you think about I feel like, and this might come off wild, but I feel like the Warriors have fallen off in the last couple of years.
Well, obviously.
Like really bad.
Injuries, train people, the dynasty's over. Unless Jimmy Butler can come out here and be playoff Jimmy, will him to the championship, it's looking pretty cooked.
Do you think that's what it would take?
Oh, yeah. And maybe them trade for a big man before the trade deadline, you know?
Okay. I think like something for me. I know for one, Curry's getting older. He's
Mhm.
37. That's gonna play a factor.
I
We
just feel
look
like
at
they're letting him down because with age, it's like that takes away a lot of your athleticism and stuff. But with
Yep.
Curry, he just runs around, shoots, so
Yes.
he hasn't even lost a lot of that. It's just the team be letting him down a lot.
Well, that's where I was gonna like next. I was gonna say like Draymond. I feel like was good 10 years ago, and he's
Yeah, he's
not no
wild.
more.
Yeah, and the guys that
That's somebody, and I feel
the
like
younger guys that they expected to get better and really take over the team,
happened.
yeah, haven't. They just haven't. So that's really what it looks like for the Warriors. Trailblazers, shout out them. They're popping
Okay,
off with Dame on there. Hopefully they make the playoffs. You know what I mean? Make a little noise.
he went back to the Trailblazers.
Yeah, you got
When
Bucks
did
trade.
that happen?
In off season, I think, or maybe yeah.
Okay, okay, I missed that. I missed that. I
I
always
think
like
he's.
to
I
pay
think he's
attention to
in.
Holiday. Drew
Yeah, Drew
Holiday,
Holiday.
I love Drew Holiday. He's somebody I could watch play basketball all day. If you want me to be honest,
Yes, dude, Drew Holiday's good.
very underrated, very
That's so
underrated.
true. Because even especially in his prime, he was a bucket on offense too. You know what I mean?
Yes, bro.
Like
He
not
was
like
always
elite, but like
look.
he's a bucket. You know what I mean?
He was
He
one of
can
those
call him.
guys on the game I'd sneak up on you with, and you would be like, "What the hell? Is he
Mhm.
really dropping 45 on me with
And locking up my best player, my
with
guys.
Drew Holiday? Are we dead ass?" And it happens. It does. It really does. Um, just out of curiosity, what do you think about Scottie Pippen Jr.
What about him?
on the
Oh,
Grizzlies?
yeah. I mean, he's all right.
You think
He
he
ain't
can
no
end up
Pippen.
being a no? You don't think he's no Pippen?
He ain't no Pippen, but he's all right. I like because he's
Okay,
only six
okay.
one. I'm pretty sure he's like shorter. He's a guard, right?
He let me see. Yeah,
I'm
he's a
pretty sure
guard.
he's.
He's a
Yeah,
guard. Yeah,
he's 6'1".
170 pounds,
Yeah,
6'2"
yeah, that's what I'm
guard.
saying.
He's
He ain't
young
no
though.
Scotty.
He's really
But dude,
young.
he's had games where he's played like good. You
Okay.
see what I'm saying? I've seen Scottie Pippen Jr. put up some buckets.
Okay. So there's potential there.
Yeah,
I didn't know Devin Booker. He's still with the Suns.
yeah, of course. Suns for life, dude. They paid him.
So,
They paid him 2 years, 150 mil, 75 mil a
oh
year.
yeah, I ain't leaving either. You know what? You can keep me all you want.
Yes,
You
that's
can
what I'm
keep me
saying.
all
I
you
don't
want.
care how many
I'll
games I
stay.
win.
We could be ass for that much money.
Dude, we can go 0-82, gang.
Bro, I swear for that much money, I'll
Bro,
go out there and just we can walk around the court for fucking a couple
that's
hours,
what I'm
just
saying.
having
I'll get
fun.
dunked on every game. And they're still decent too. Like they ain't even horrible.
Do you think like when we're talking about somebody like Devin Booker who has immense amount of talent, do you think he'd succeed more if he went to another
Well, of
team
course.
with some
Of course.
other key players?
Yeah, of course. I mean, they
Okay.
had Kevin Durant, they had a ton of stuff, but then injuries took over. You know what I mean? But like you saw when they had CP3, they went to the finals. Like
Yeah.
he's taken them to the finals. So he definitely like everybody said, get him off the Suns. You see what I'm saying? Poverty franchise. And then they gave him 150 million. It's like, can't really blame him. I feel like he doesn't want to win to the point where he took that 150 million.
Look, you like I said, you can sign me up for anything for $150 million. Speaking of Kevin Durant though, um I'm going on a hot take. I think KD's getting washed, man.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know the last time I don't want to say KD's not good because obviously he's great at what he
I think
does,
he's just
but
saving it because he has all this young explosive talent around him. You see what I'm
okay.
saying? I think he's letting them learn, get it together, and then once the playoffs come around, if they're really trying to win, go for that shit, then he's gonna go out there and because
Do
when
you
the
think
playoffs
it's
what do you
okay?
think it's
So like what you're saying is do you think it's one of those like for one I already got a couple rings. Like
and he's
so
old. You see what I'm
so
saying?
he's
He's older.
37 as well
Yeah,
as
you can't
Curry. Like
give it 110% when you're
all the
37.
time. I
Yeah.
got you. I got you. So what you're saying is if these young cats can make it to where we can get to the
Make my
playoffs,
job easy.
I'll help carry us through the playoffs. Is what you
Yeah,
think that
I'll
mentality?
give that
Okay.
experience.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
especially after that Achilles tear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Since that Achilles tear, it's crazy how good he's been since coming back from that. At a
Usually, you're
later
never
age.
the same. Usually,
Yeah,
that's like
yeah.
it can be
Usually,
a career ender.
yeah, like other than Dominique Wilkins when he came out and had like the great, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, it's like a lot of the time, like hopefully Jason Tatum can come back and be great. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of the time it's, or I don't know if his was ACL. I think it might have been him or Tyrese that had the Achilles. But it's like a lot of the time it does take a lot, like athleticism, all types of stuff. And with KD, it's like he's still an amazing, immense talent. It's just his age is getting up there. And then a lot of people say he's got those snake rings, you know. His 2 rings are fake because he went to the Warriors, you know.
Hey, it
So
worked.
I think it
It's
would
cheat
mean a
code.
lot to win with this young team. I wouldn't call him washed though. I wouldn't count KD out just yet.
Okay. So you're telling me to hold my opinion on that one.
Yeah, just
That's
hold
fair.
it for a minute. If
That's
we
fair.
get to the playoffs and he's not out here being easy money sniper, then it is what it is. But I still believe in Kevin Durant.
I wanna talk about the Nuggets a little bit. Nuggets, they got Jokic. How do you think they fare in the second half of the playoffs? I mean, not playoffs, but the season.
I think they'll stay around where they are.
Okay.
I think they might even like they might move up a little bit once their team gets healthier. I know they've been dealing with some injuries with Aaron Gordon,
Mm-hmm.
but you just want to see Jamal Murray stay healthy the whole season because a lot of the times it feels like he's missing and he's one of the key parts. You know, he
Yep.
can put up 50-point games at times. So you just want to see him stay healthy. And once they hit that playoffs, just like Jokic, just go into that mode that you know he can. You know,
Definitely. Definitely.
yeah. But if they
Okay.
stay at the 3rd seed, I think that's great for them. You know, they don't need to go out there and be the 1st seed. As long as they get that home playoff game, I think they'll be happy.
Couldn't agree with you more. Couldn't agree with you more. You wanna talk MVP?
Yeah.
Where they at? Help me walk me through this.
All right. Let me
I'll
pull it
I'll let you take lead on this one.
up. I got you.
He's gonna pull it up. Pull it up.
All right.
A little live update. We got just under 5 minutes left in overtime. 17-17 right now. Rams have the ball, but it's 3rd and 6.
Balls. So, right now it's Jokic, I think.
Okay.
Maybe. I think that's what's popping. This is Basketball Reference.
Mm-hmm.
It has an 86 probability, 86.6 probability for him to win.
Damn.
Just from the seasons he's been having 29, 11 assists, 12 rebounds, absolutely insane numbers. 29 and 13 in the West.
Mm-hmm.
Also great. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They've been catching up. The OKC Thunder definitely been slowing down compared to where they were first 25 games. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I can see that. Shea's got an 11% chance right now, with 32 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Cade Cunningham, 3rd place. That's what I like to see, but it's only a 0.8% chance. I think Luka having a 0.7 is kind of crazy. He's averaging 33, 8.7 assists and 7.7 rebounds on good efficiency. You see what I'm saying? Or decent efficiency, 46 and 33. I wouldn't say good, but I think the Lakers record just kind of holding them back a little bit, being like 3, 4, or 5 games behind Jokic.
Yep.
Yeah. And Shea's played more games than these other guys, but Jamal Murray is 5th in MVP voting or MVP odds, which is crazy. He's averaging 26,
So
7
the
and
Nuggets
a
got
half.
2 guys on the team that are
Yeah,
fighting for
Denver's got
MVP.
2 guys. I did not realize Jamal Murray was playing that amazing this season.
That's
He's averaging,
crazy.
26, 7.5, 4 rebounds
Okay.
on actually amazing efficiency, like 45% from 3. So that I didn't. I didn't know that. That's really cool to see. But it's the odds, you know what I'm saying? I don't really think Jamal Murray, if you look at the ladder, is probably in that spot. But just the stats and say Jokic got injured and they kept the pace up all season, he upped it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Cade Cunningham being in that conversation is amazing. As I was saying earlier, 26, that 9, almost 10 assists. So he's been an amazing playmaker. Just really elevating everybody on his team. Kevin Durant at 9, he's averaging 26 right now. He's not playing bad at all.
It ain't bad.
Yeah, he ain't playing bad at all. Especially for a 37-year-old player. But I just think Jokic obviously has clear lead in this MVP probability, looking at Basketball Reference. And I think it's well-deserved, averaging that triple-double and damn near 30 points a game. And if you keep your team in that top 3 rankings in the conference, that's what it's looking like.
Definitely. Buddy, I think that's probably about it. As for this week on Bros and Pros, I think we had another good one. Thank you for being on time. Thank you for joining us. Thank everybody for watching. Right now, before we sign off, there's 3 minutes left in overtime.
Well, I was about to ask you.
Bears, Rams are tied. So we will.
They might go into a second overtime. They don't have no tie games in the playoffs.
Okay, so be paying attention to that. And we'll talk about all of it next week. We'll break this all down. Isaac, you got a little preview for what you got coming for us this Thursday. You got an episode coming out.
Oh yeah, the worst NBA franchise of all time.
Who might be in this conversation? If you give us a little teaser, just to give a little teaser for the fans.
The Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Poverty franchise. We got the Wizards. Poverty franchise. You know what I'm saying? We got you got to throw the Hornets in there. Poverty franchise. And then you got a couple more in there. Couple more. Okay. 76ers have had some of the worst seasons ever. Like individual seasons. You wouldn't probably expect that from such a lot of people think is a prestigious franchise. So yeah, I think it was a good video. A lot of information.
I can't wait for one. I haven't checked it out yet. The editor has not even seen it yet. So I will give you my thoughts before they can give you your thoughts. But if everybody pay attention this Thursday, Wolfman's going to be telling us who he believes the worst franchise in NBA history is. Tomorrow, middle of the day, 2 p.m. Central Time, will be myself, Nasty Nate, and Pops. Maybe Mason will be here for Monday Night Raw live stream. Thursday, we'll be back for TNA Impact live stream. Blanking off the top of my head, we got interviews Thursday and Tuesday. Check those out. I'm terrible off the top of my head, and I don't have them written down. I was very unprepared for this. I apologize. But next Sunday, we will be back here for Bros and Pros. And just a little something fun. February 8th, Super Bowl Sunday. We will be here live streaming, watch along with you guys the whole Super Bowl. I'm in talks trying to see if we can get Pops and Nasty Nate on here to watch with us. We're going to have some fun. We're going to watch some football. We're going to see what this build-up looks like until we get there. But as Isaac said, all praise to God. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
See you.